A painful departure, a stunning period of quiet, and now Rafael Nadal has broken his silence. His remarks following Alex Eala's loss have deeply shaken the tennis community, catching both supporters and experts completely off guard. Most people anticipated standard platitudes or routine words of support, but the insight Nadal offered goes far beyond that, sounding almost like an intimate truth from the core of the game. Rather than a simple post-match comment, this represents a profound statement by an iconic champion that may shape the future of the sport. People everywhere are wondering what truly took place out of public view, and what drove Nadal to speak out so forcefully at this exact time. The suspense started building well before he said a thing. Following Eala's surprising departure from Wimbledon, a heavy quiet settled over the tennis world. For hours, everyone seemed to be waiting anxiously, hoping to hear from one of the game's ultimate icons. Online platforms overflowed with theories, as fans constantly messaged Nadal to ask for his perspective. The young Filipina athlete had played with immense courage, taking a top-seeded opponent to the very brink before losing a tense, 3-set battle. While her efforts were praised as a major breakthrough, the immediate reaction focused heavily on the deep pain of the defeat. Just as that initial surprise started to clear, a clip emerged online. It showed Nadal by the court, looking completely calm and focused. He had watched the entire contest unfold. The atmosphere around the court felt intense. He was more than a mere onlooker. He was a master assessing a rising talent. His quiet presence spoke volumes, acting as the prelude to a major statement. The whole community seemed to be waiting for a sign, an endorsement, or an evaluation from the legendary champion. This pause was about more than just curiosity. It proved how much sway Nadal still commands, serving as the conscience and emotional anchor of the game. When he finally opened up, everyone paid close attention, and his words turned out to be unforgettable. When Rafael Nadal chose to speak, his observations carried incredible weight. Instead of offering basic compliments to Eala, he looked at her entire path, transforming a painful loss into an inspiring lesson on resilience. Nadal expressed himself with a level of vulnerability rarely observed from an athlete usually known for his calm, focused on-court presence. He remarked that Alex displayed the spirit of a genuine fighter, demonstrating the wisdom of a player who recognizes that her career is only starting. He rejected the idea that this defeat was a failure, viewing it instead as a vital, difficult, yet necessary milestone in developing a champion. Nadal looked back at his own beginnings, explaining how his own toughest defeats helped make him the athlete he is today. He emphasized with real conviction that a person learns far more from these difficult experiences than from a victory. He noted that Alex had won over her fellow players that day, while gaining his personal respect. He also pointed out that competing under the bright lights of Wimbledon with the whole world watching brings a pressure you cannot replicate in training. The reality that Eala excelled under those conditions, despite the final score, proved how high her ceiling truly is. This response from Nadal went far beyond simple praise. It was an act of true guidance. He connected her performance to the enduring history of tennis excellence, proving that great athletes are built by overcoming their toughest setbacks. Nadal's thoughts went far past the initial sadness of the moment, highlighting the major, hidden mental struggles that young competitors deal with. He saw more than a lost match. He recognized a young woman standing at a pivotal moment under global scrutiny. He spoke about the loneliness that often follows sudden fame, the pressure of carrying a country's hopes, and the mental strength needed just to step out and perform on such a stage. He explained with deep understanding that people only notice the final score, missing the endless hours of dedication, the isolation, and the uncertainty that builds up before a major tournament. He added that Alex handled herself with the poise of an experienced veteran. By saying this, he turned a tough loss into an important milestone. He indicated that Eala proved she belongs at the top level, urging her to focus on that confidence rather than dwelling on the disappointment. This thoughtful outlook made viewers and commentators rethink their first impressions. The outcome was no longer a setback for her career, but a reflection of her bravery right now. Nadal's insights shifted the conversation away from simple wins and losses, reminding everyone to appreciate the process. He demonstrated that greatness is measured not just by trophies, but by how a veteran supports the next generation. As soon as Nadal's comments went public, the entire tennis community responded with an intensity usually reserved for a major final. Online networks were filled with heartfelt messages from supporters, fellow competitors, and experts, who all agreed that his statement was incredibly touching. Past champions shared their respect, noting that getting this kind of validation from an icon means more than winning an award. Followers from the Philippines and all over the world came together to say thank you, feeling that Nadal had legitimized their belief in Eala's future. Sports journalists quickly analyzed his remarks, describing the moment as a true turning point for her path ahead. They suggested that this major backing would lift her spirits while drawing in new followers and partnerships, cementing her position as a rising talent. The international tennis audience, usually divided by favorite players, found unity in their shared appreciation. The surprise stemmed not just from his message, but from how deeply it touched everyone who listened. The moment quickly spread everywhere, breaking out of the sports world to capture mainstream headlines globally. Today, as the excitement begins to quiet down, a major question remains. What lies ahead for Alex Eala after such a life-changing moment? Her loss at Wimbledon, which easily could have damaged her self-belief, has turned into a breakthrough moment because of Nadal's public backing. Earning the praise of an all-time great gives her a fresh layer of confidence. She no longer needs to validate her talents to anyone. The world has already witnessed her potential, confirmed by a legendary figure. This experience will likely act as a foundation for her future, giving her a source of inner strength to rely on for years. Everyone will be watching closely as she moves into her next tournaments, carrying higher expectations but also an expanded global fan base. The tennis community is excited to see if she can turn this positive energy into victories on the court. There is a clear feeling that we are watching the opening pages of a remarkable journey. What is certain is that Eala is no longer just another young talent. She has earned the ultimate respect from an icon, and that alters her path completely. Her path is far from complete. Truthfully, it feels like it is only getting started. If you appreciated this tennis update and want to keep up with the biggest developments in the game, please like this video and subscribe to World Zone today. Be sure to turn on notifications so you stay informed about every new story. Thanks for watching, and we will see you next time.